Welcome back to the Picket Post podcast. We're back for another episode today. We're going to be getting into some NBA, what's going on around the league. We have a Paul George revival, a new look Lakers team. What do you think of that, Nate?
The Undertaker, LeBron James.
The Under Lakers. And then later we're going to have a special guest on to talk some football. We'll leave that for when that happens. Let's get into it, boys. All right, so I want to start it off. Luka
always try to-
Doncic is out for the rest of the season and potentially to the playoffs. The Lakers are looking like a completely different team. Austin Reeves is out now with an oblique strain for we don't know how long, at least the rest of the regular season. Nathan, can LeBron make a difference in the playoffs or are the Lakers done?
I think we're gonna have a revival of prime LeBron.
Really?
He's coming
Prime
out
LeBron.
of retirement.
Come back.
LeBron James will really have to
100%.
carry this team. LeBron James is going to have a
You
revival.
think he can go back to prime Gron?
I think the playmaking will come back. That's something that always stays with him is he'll have that IQ and he's going to be more of that primary ball handler again, which helps a lot. Like he was not the primary ball handler when Luka was there. He wasn't even with Reeves. He was the third option. So we're going to see that. But I don't know about the players around them.
It is going to be interesting to see with LeBron being that like lead player in the offense again. I'm excited to see it.
It won't be the athleticism, but I'm telling you, LeBron James have been working on new areas of his game.
Yeah.
If he can hit his 3-point consistently, LeBron James, as the beginning of the season, before the injuries are plaguing him, he was still looking like a top 25 player. And if he really takes this role and locks in for playoffs, he could look like a top 10 player. And who knows how far the Lakers should go with a top 10 player LeBron, top 5 player Luka, and a top 20 player in Austin Reeves.
So I think Luka he'll probably come back before then, but I don't think he's going to be himself for at least the first round. I think we can all agree on that. And I'm just concerned. LeBron hasn't been able to actually stretch the floor consistently all season. It's been very shaky game to game. And I think the playmaking, like that's no problem. But now you're relying on a second option of who exactly? Is it going to be DeAndre Ayton? Is
I
it
don't
gonna
think
be Rui
DeAndre Ayton
Hachimura?
has it in him to be a second.
But
option,
we've
does
seen
he?
we've seen him average a decent amount of points per game.
Have we?
Yeah, he averaged 60 or 17.
16 and 17.
I think we're looking
don't
too far into that. Luke Kennard has made some big shots for the Lakers.
Luke Kennard is
you're
not a
telling
second
me
option.
you're telling me that one game within the NBA freaking playoffs that Luke Kennard cannot take over.
Okay,
Yeah, but he can't be a consistent second option though.
let's
He might have one random game in playoffs where he goes off, but he's not going to be doing that every game.
If the Lakers stay as the 3 seed,
Who we playing? The Timberwolves.
they're playing the
What
Timberwolves.
aren't the Rockets 6?
I don't like that,
Timberwolves right now?
but if the Rockets slide down to 6, you're telling me this Lakers team could not beat that Rockets team in an NBA playoff series.
Who's the second option on this Lakers team?
Is Luka for sure back for the first round of playoffs?
No.
No. Do we think he's going to be back for the first round of playoffs?
I think he's going to be back, but I think it's going to be more as a decoy. As what we saw with James Harden a few years back when he came back to that Nets team. And he was hampered up for Game 7 against the Bucks. I don't think he'll be able to produce on the floor. Obviously, you're still going to get that playmaking and jump shooting ability from Luka. But lots of the little things he's doing, his cuts to the basket are going to be a lot harder.
So in a first round matchup, if Luka is out, or he's playing, but he's playing out there as a decoy, how do you feel about them against a team like the Timberwolves? Do you
Hold up.
favor the Lakers or do you favor the Timberwolves?
We cannot call Luka Doncic one of the greatest NBA players on offense of all time a decoy, even if he's not healthy.
So about James Harden, one of the other best offensive players. He averaged like 10 points.
Or
after
we might
that.
see a scenario where he tries to play through that.
I think
That's a
this
Tyrese Halliburton moment.
Luka before this, when he was averaging 40 for the last month, looked better than James Harden has ever looked.
Okay.
In this last month when he was averaging 40.
If you're
He had one of the craziest NBA months of all time. Luka just did.
if
You're
you're
saying regular season wise.
Regular season wise, James Harden doesn't even show up in the playoffs.
Okay, we know that, but we just said regular season wise. He just had a better stretch than James Harden ever had in the regular season.
I said that last month of Luka where he was averaging 40. When the Lakers were looking red hot, do you not think that Luka was the best player in that league for that last month?
Josh, can you go pull up James Harden's stats from 2019 January?
Has Luka played better than James Harden in this last month? Because the Lakers looked red hot this last month, and this injury is going to wake something up in LeBron James, who's 41.
Okay, I have a question though. If you're the Lakers and you're seeing what happened last year, we had a similar situation where we had a star player on a team have a hamstring injury, tries to play through it in playoffs.
Tyrese Halliburton did not have a hamstring injury.
He had a hamstring injury,
He
didn't
had a calf injury.
It was a calf injury. Calf injuries is
Calf
what
is
causes
different.
Achilles.
All right, is hamstring no?
No.
Okay. So it might be.
It's calf injuries that cause Achilles. But
UConn just lost won by the way.
sad
Wow.
times for me and Ty.
Sucks to see for Illinois, but that's gonna be cool for UConn. You can't hate down early. Terrace Reed was dominating. I didn't catch much of the game, but from what I heard from my co-host over here, he said it was a pretty good game. But man, I wanted Illinois.
I honestly think you can't count UConn out.
Yeah, man, down early.
They're giant slayers. UConn are giant slayers. UConn are able to beat Michigan and Arizona in this final. Whichever team wins, UConn, don't count them out.
You can't say, yeah, they could beat anyone. They just beat Duke. Like, they're an animal. Okay, quickly back to our point about the Rockets. James Harden, he averaged 43.8 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 7.6 assists.
Now, Josh, can you pull up Luka Doncic in the last month, please?
Thank you, Josh.
See, it's going to show you the comparison is, I think it's a lot closer than you think. Luka Doncic had one of the best 1 month stretches in NBA history. Aside from Jokic, Luka Doncic is the best player in the league on offense. I think Luka might still be the best player in the league on offense over Jokic.
Looking at Luka's stats from this March, he had 37.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, leading the Lakers in a 15-2 record, setting a franchise record for points in the month and scoring 600 plus points. The Lakers are a pretty
that is
franchise.
A crazy month that Luka had, and they would. The thing is, I don't even think about the 37.5, which is less than James Harden. Think about that 15-2 in the last month.
They weren't the best at all.
15-2. Don't think about the points. Think about what he just led the Lakers to.
So that included in March, we had wins of the Wizards, the Nets, the Pacers, the Bulls, the Pelicans, and the Kings.
That's 6 games.
And the Pacers again. So you have strong wins over the Knicks, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets.
Yes, these are very strong wins.
And the Cavaliers.
If this OKC game didn't just happen, then it would look even better. Because OKC did just blow them out. But honestly, Luka has had a crazy month, and I think if he didn't get hurt, he could have easily won the MVP.
I don't think you can say that with the season shape or when Mignola's happened.
I don't agree with that.
What else do you want Luka to do? If Luka continued to play how he played last month to this month, I think he would be up there. It would be a conversation for him.
He'd be second. He would have finished second. I don't think it's undeniable now that it's Shea or Wemby. I'd say 70% Shea, 30 Wemby.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any chance anyone else wins the MVP at this point.
Speaking of the MVP debate, who are your guys' picks for MVP this year?
We're going to go a bit back into it. We're only talking about for 8 minutes.
All right, so who are your guys' picks for MVP this year?
Man, give me Wembanyama. Give me Wembanyama. Wembanyama, if you look at his per 36 minutes, I would say has easily comparable stats to Shea. Easily comparable, maybe even better.
Defensively, yeah.
Wembanyama has looked like the best player in the NBA when he's out on that court.
Yeah, I agree with him.
But if you have a guy averaging 7, 8 more points and he's on the best team in the league, think about it, the best record. You can't go against that.
The Spurs were projected to have 44 wins this season.
Can we also talk about how right now there's only a 2-win difference between the Thunder and the Spurs?
There is only a 2-win difference, but one is the number 1 seed. One scored 47 points a day.
You don't know. By the end of the season, there's a chance Spurs could finish first, or 1 game behind. Like,
I would be very shocked if this.
Yeah, but it's still possible.
The Spurs were projected to have 44 wins on the entire season this year.
Yeah.
The OKC Thunder were projected to have 62 wins on the entire season on this year. Who's really overachieving here? Because the Thunder, sure, they're going to beat that 62 game mark by 2 or 3 games. But the Thunder are beating their projection mark by 16, 18, 20 games. The Spurs are.
Looking back at that line, they thought if that went over, that could be a high over. But the fear was that Wemby could get injured as well. And then you would have taken that under, right? You see big developments out of Stephon Castle, adding Dylan Harper to the roster. There's lots of other things that are going on top of that guy. You can't just look at Wemby's been that guy because he's also missed a decent amount of games and he's averaging so many less points.
At the same time, if you go and you watch a Spurs game, compared to any other team's game on the court, you're going to notice that Wemby has the biggest impact on the court out of anyone in the NBA. Like, he by far has the biggest impact. Like, you don't see any other players in the league where people are changing the way they play because they're playing Wemby and they're afraid to take shots.
I think people do change the way they play
I
when
know,
they're
I
playing
do
other
think
people.
they do too. I do think they do, but to the largest extent, it's by Wemby. You can, like,
Rudy
the impact
Gobert.
he has. Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, when teams
People
play
change.
Rudy Gobert, they just don't guard him.
They foul.
No, but they changed the way they play on defense. They're getting away from the basket.
Okay.
They're messing with it.
And also, Nathan brought up an interesting stat to me today about Wemby and his per 36 stats.
Huh?
Yeah.
Was that what happened though? Like, it's just not what happened. If you put Shay's are pretty crazy.
Honestly,
Shay's per 36 stats, I think it was 33 points, 4.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds. Wemby's per 36 stats, 30 points, 14 rebounds. I think it was 4 assists and 4 blocks a game.
Did he do that though?
honestly,
Or if we're going by per 36 to win the MVP, what are we doing?
honestly though, I think per 36 might hurt Wemby more.
I do too.
You do?
I think he plays better than the projections would even project him to have.
Yeah.
Wemby could easily average more than the per 36 numbers. Like, if we're going to go both ways, you're saying he didn't do that, which he didn't play those minutes. So that also hurts him in the way that he could have played better in those minutes. He could have had a couple 50-point games, stuff like that, that doesn't take into account inside the metrics.
You got to take that into account. But you also got to take into account Shea is quite literally unstoppable on offense. Every time you go down, you think Shea's going to score. I don't think anything else is going to happen. If I'm being fully honest with you, he can get a free throw. His shot creation is out of this world, man. It might be the best in the league at this point.
I agree with you there, but does Shea not embody everything that's wrong with the league sometimes?
100%.
He embodies this slow gameplay that isn't exciting when you're shooting 10, 20 free throws a game,
If you're taking a snapshot of the season, though, who do you think was the most valuable to their team?
I think MVP voters might take that into account, though. The way that the NBA fans have been starting to notice that Shea, he's not an ethical hooper.
I think this has been noticed for a long time.
But
we've known he hasn't played like that. Even last year, people would complain about the free throws. But again, he's averaging 30, and if you got to foul him, just stop him.
32.
32. If you got to foul him to stop him, then that's on you. Even if you get those fouls, they're unethical sometimes.
Do you think all of them are fouls, though?
I don't, but points are
I
points.
think most of them are.
Most of them are.
But what we're calling a foul, I think, might need to change in the NBA, though.
I think people are too quick to jump to the conclusion that when players are getting fouled and they're getting free throws, it's too much like, oh, they were baiting for fouls. Like, if you go back and you look at Bam's 83-point game, there were a few fouls that were like a little iffy.
Okay, we could not talk about Bam's 83-point game for foul baiting.
But at the same point,
that is the worst possible example you could bring up, because that is, people are calling it not even a real game because how freaking foul baiting it was.
But the reason why he got that many free throws is because they literally couldn't guard him and they were just hacking him. And he's going to get free throws if they do that. And just because they're doing that doesn't mean you have to diss the player's game, like same with Shea.
But you gotta play to the rules. And you're telling me if you aren't in the league, you're not gonna foul bait if that's gonna put points on the boards. In a league that's hard to score.
Yeah, but it's not even foul baiting sometimes.
It's just foul baiting.
It's just players can't guard them a lot of the time.
100% is foul baiting.
The NBA has tried to stop foul baiting already with things like James Harden. When that bump that James Harden did, they tried to outlaw it. But I feel like almost as if Shea has reinvented that kind of James Harden bump for a foul.
Yeah.
He's reinvented that foul bait. They're yet to fix, but I feel like there will be changes coming.
Yeah, there'll be changes coming, but if you're that unstoppable that you have your own move, or a move you can go through 3 times and almost guarantee a point, why wouldn't you do that?
I think the NBA is going to look at this and they're going to see he's not ethical. And I think sometimes the MVP voters, they think, who had fun? Who made the NBA fun to watch? Who really brought that value on both offense and defense?
But if we're going to pure enjoyment, then I'm voting for Jokic for MVP.
It's true. I would say Luka's been more enjoyable than Jokic this year.
Yeah, I'd vote for either of those guys, but just pure value to the team.
Yeah, if you actually think about MVP, it's most valuable player to the team, right? If you take Shea off his team and you take Jokic off his team, whose team is going to have more of an impact from that star player leaving?
Whose team is going to be better even if with that team if they're on the floor? Because OKC's better with Shea on the floor than Denver is with Jokic on the floor.
I think if you made them swap teams, though, say Shea went to Denver and Jokic went to OKC,
Well, that's just the players just don't fit.
But
They built offenses around those players, though, so it doesn't really fit.
I know, but if you just gave similar players, right, similar value players on those two teams, you put Shea on a similar value player around similar value players as the Nuggets, and you put Jokic on similar value players as the Thunder, I think Jokic would have a 70-win team.
But it's also situational. Like, they're not going to go to that team if that's not the situation. They're playing for their teams. They can't say, we're going to go do this. So from what our eyes are telling us, they're the best team in the league, and one of the top 3 players in the league is leading them to the best team in the league. So how can you argue that another player on a worse team who's averaging 7 less points per game is the MVP? Because Wemby is going to 100% average 30 in his career. I would be shocked. Maybe 28 because he's going to always play a bit less minutes to help his body. But I don't think this is the year. I think he's a year away from MVP.
Do you think it's going to be a next year thing, or we got a couple more years away?
I think it's a next year.
You think it's next year for sure?
Man, he's shown he's good enough to win the MVP. He's the best player in the league currently.
It's just scary with how big he is, though. How easily he could get hurt and his MVP is just gone.
But he's been training since he was 14.
Yeah.
He's trained his body to fall. If you see, like, not many bigs have done that in the past. And with the way the world's moving, they're going to aim for durability. We're seeing how important it is. The Spurs are a smart organization who are going to be able to rest Wemby always and take care of him. So maybe he doesn't reach those same heights statistically as some of the other superstars in history. But I think he could have a long career late into his 30s. Be a star.
Yeah. Be a star. Star's an understatement.
Like a Hall of Fame top 10 player.
Do you guys think he could be the GOAT?
No.
I think he could.
I think the GOAT takes luck and skill.
I think if he stays healthy enough where he can play, I mean, he won't be able to play as long as LeBron, obviously, but like, say he can play to like he's like 30, late 30s and still be good, then I think he might be. But if he can't do that, then no.
You got to win 4+ rings, which is really hard to do, especially in this NBA with all the salary rules.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep a team. We're not going to see someone win 4 to 6 rings.
It's luck and skill, man.
It's kind of hard. It's also kind of hard for the Spurs to win that many rings.
Both Jordan,
like OKC.
Yeah.
Right.
Both Jordan and LeBron both had luck, and they had good teams built around them. They had that factor. They were big factors on all of their teams, but they also had the ability to have players like Scottie Pippen on their teams. So, Kyrie Irving.
What do you think the odds are that Wemby ends up as a GOAT? Like, would you say like 10% chance?
I wouldn't say there's a 5% chance.
You wouldn't say it's a 5% chance. Wow.
You have to win 6 rings to be in that.
He could win 4. LeBron won 4 rings.
Yeah, but you can use that against LeBron all the time. If you really want to say you're better than Michael Jordan, you got to put up 30+ points per game. He's done a crush in DPOYs, but even MVPs on top of that.
Well, I think
so much to go against with Jordan.
Going back to the MVP talk, the fact that Wembanyama is even in the MVP talk when he's 22 years old, he is starting his career off on a very hot note. And the fact that the Spurs aren't nothing factors in the playoffs. The Spurs could very easily beat OKC, and I believe they really could. And Wemby will show if he doesn't win this MVP, because Wemby cares about this. He's not Jokic. He does not care. Wemby cares about this.
I think Jokic cares as well.
I know, but he doesn't say he cares.
He cares in his own way.
The Spurs, if Wemby doesn't win this MVP, I would like the Spurs over OKC in the playoffs. It's going to ignite a fire underneath him.
I think it depends on Jalen Williams in that point. We haven't seen the fully healthy OKC yet. And I think there's even more of a beast there than we think.
How many games has Jalen Williams played this year?
It was under 40, I think, when I looked at it. But he hasn't played good. And
is he playing right now?
Yeah, he's playing right now.
Playing right now, yeah.
He's looking a lot more like himself. He's back up to 17+ points per game, which we just hadn't seen from him. Defense is going to improve. I don't think it's looked the best personally, but he's such an athletic player. I really don't.
I think if he doesn't get back to it this season, like God forbid, like I would love a fully healthy OKC team in the playoffs, but say Jalen Williams,
that's a lie.
But say Jalen Williams doesn't get back to that takeover in games in those finals games the player that came in and took over multiple finals games players. But I think Jalen Williams, if the OKC don't have Jalen Williams, the Spurs could very easily beat that team. Not easily. I think even without Jalen Williams, it's going to 7-6 games. But I think the Spurs would be very competitive and very good.
They basically are built to thunder away. The thing you want to do is get Shea away from the basket, and you have Wembanyama the best to do that. You have all these athletic guys who are just going to make his life a living hell to throw at him. Like Stephon Castle, man. Just put him on there and let him attack Shea the whole entire time and just piss him off. You could out rebound them. Wemby has been an amazing rebounder, even better than he was before. He had, I think, 16 plus rebounds today against the Nuggets, and just this entire stretch, he's been rebounding the fuck out of them all.
I think going back to MVP talk, we're going to see who the real MVP is in a playoff series with those two teams. I think it's going to happen. I think it'll be a 1-2 matchup in the playoffs, in the conference finals, and we'll see really who the MVP is.
See, I think Wemby is the best player in the league right now, but I just don't think he's met the qualifications statistically to be the MVP.
I agree with that, Matt. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that, but like the fact that he's the best player and the best player isn't winning the MVP award is.
But it's always been like that.
I know, but I don't think
You
it's.
think Derrick Rose should have won it over LeBron if you're talking about that? No.
It is.
LeBron
it
is
is
obviously the better player.
Yeah.
LeBron should have almost had every single MVP. So basically,
If you're saying that, LeBron would
2005.
probably have like 10 MVPs, right?
yeah.
It just seems wrong. We shouldn't have a league where the best player isn't getting rewarded that way.
Yeah.
You also got to look at the narratives following it around a bit, and it does take a bit of a picture as well. Like, if Steph Curry didn't have an MVP to his name, that would be crazy. If James Harden didn't have an MVP to his name, that'd be crazy. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this will be a very interesting playoffs, and this MVP race, it's not over. If Wembanyama has more of these 40-point games like he's had against the Nuggets tonight, where he's been looking utterly dominant, the conversation isn't dead. And I think the NBA knows that, and I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knows that. And that's why he's still playing in these games.
Yeah. Speaking of that game today, actually, though, the Nuggets are starting to look a lot more like themselves. Aaron Gordon has been looking a lot more like himself than he was pre-injury. Christian Brown is starting to play better. Cameron Johnson finally knocking down the three-pointer. Nathan, could the Nuggets make a run at it?
If Cameron Johnson can even give you half of what he looked like on the Nets, then I think the Nuggets could go very far.
I personally I don't see a world where they beat the Spurs or they beat the Thunder.
But they haven't been healthy all year.
I get they haven't been healthy, but the other team's just so good. I just don't see it happening.
Offensively, can anyone compete with the Nuggets? A fully healthy Nuggets. Peyton Watson didn't play today even. The Spurs are playing out of their mind. Dylan Harper had a very solid game again. He's knocking down the three. When he's knocking down the three, he's looked unstoppable. Stephon Castle played out of his mind once again. And he had a massive game from Wemby, and they just weren't able to fight off the Nuggets, despite looking pretty great for a second.
I think there's been negatives and positives to this Nuggets season. I think the emergence of Peyton Watson as a guy, he's a guy for them now. They didn't have that last year in MPJ, and that's another scorer that's going to be there. And even if Cameron Johnson can just please match MPJ from last playoffs, and MPJ did not look very good last playoffs. If Cameron Johnson can just be a 30-40% three-point shooter, the Nuggets can win a championship.
Yeah. He hit 4+ threes today. If he keeps shooting like that, and you get a healthy look, that Peyton Watson post-ups, that just adds another look for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it was a team game today. We got every starter on both teams having 14 or more points.
Man, I love Dylan Harper. He didn't statistically pop off the board, but what he's been bringing to these games, his poise, his ability to attack the basket, he's shot the jumper better. It's not fully there yet. And a playmaking ability, I think he could go down as one of the top 5 players in the league.
Is he
3 years from now
underrated in this Rookie of the Year race? Do you feel he's underrated for being on a team with so good compared to like the Mavericks or the Hornets?
I think he definitely is, but it's not really like, it's not his fault he's underrated. It's just he has a lack of opportunity, right? He's De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle on the team.
And Con Knippel's having one of the best shooting seasons ever, and Cooper Flagg is looking like a white LeBron James.
Do we think this Rookie of the Year race is going to Cooper or Con?
Cooper.
I think Cooper. I think that game just sealed it.
Having another 50-point season or game, 250s on a season now, math, you can't argue against them. Even with what Con has done, Cooper just looks like such a bigger, like higher upside player.
He's a bigger piece on that Mavericks team than Con is on the Hornets.
Yeah.
He's the biggest piece.
But at the same time, the Mavericks team isn't playing for anything.
If you put Cooper on the Hornets aren't as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you put Con on the Mavericks aren't as good.
Do we know that?
I agree with that.
You think
I agree with that.
the Mavericks look like a bottom 5 NBA team without Cooper Flag out there?
They are a bottom 5 NBA team, probably.
No, I think they're like they're definitely a lottery team, yeah, for sure. But they're not bottom. They're not like one of the worst teams in the league. I think
They're pretty bad.
they're almost worse than the Pacers if they didn't have Cooper Flag.
Right now, they're 13th in the West.
13th.
So they're
bad, but that Cooper Flag has missed time as well.
They're the 6th worst team in the league.
Cooper Flag has missed quite a bit of time.
He has missed the time. And when they had Anthony Davis, they looked competitive. I think they're going to continue to grow more competitive, even through the draft this year. You know what I like? Could you imagine if they picked up Yaxel to put next to him? I just love the
A
idea.
more experienced
Yeah.
scorer there.
Just add more size to that,
So
more pressure on the basket, and you just add shoes all around them.
Would you have
Such an inch.
Cooper playing point guard if you had Yaxel? Do you think Cooper can develop to become a point guard?
I don't want him to. I want him to keep attacking the basket, putting pressure. I just want to see what that would look like. We haven't seen that type of look with these two athletic, like wing-like scorers, almost Scotty Barr-ish, LeBron James-ish.
Scotty Barnish. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the Rookie of the Year race is probably the best we've had in many years.
This draft class could be the best one ever.
Really? You think
it might
ever?
be like a 2003 type draft?
You
Like
think-
Cooper Flag and then like
Is it
Collins,
96?
like, Camelo?
The best draft. is
Jordan,
96.
Hakeem.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan and Hank.
it's got
Is
to be
the Jordan
2000.
Hakeem draft not up there?
I'm pretty sure it's the 96, the years Kobe was drafted.
No, I'd say 2003 or the Jordan draft probably.
But this Rookie of the Year race is insane. And I think if the Hornets get hot, like Con could still be in it. Con isn't knocked out.
Listen
No,
to the
it's
96
probably
draft
50-50 right now.
96 draft is the best of all time. You got Allen Iverson, you got Marcus Camby, you got Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury. That's just starting. Then we have Kobe, we have Peja, we have Steve Nash, we have Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh, yeah.
This draft, Ty, that's probably the best draft of all time.
This is the undeniable.
But do you think this draft class could even rival that?
I think it could.
You really think that?
The way it's looking right now, man, we got stars all over.
It's full of top end talent. It's just, can we get those really great players from late round picks, man? That's where you have to see it.
I think the Michael Jordan draft was honestly better than that draft Ty just said. They have MJ, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, all in that draft.
That's top end talent right
That's
there.
top end what after.
That's top end talent. And even 2003, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, and Chris Bosh, bro.
There was just so much talent in that 96, though. It's pretty undisputed.
It is Ty named 5-6 players. You've been named 4 the whole time. Ty doesn't even look deep into it.
I did not look too deep at all.
Oh.
But even speaking this year, if we're looking at late end talent, Josh, you have Kobe Bria on the Suns, right?
Kobe Bria is a niche ass reference, bro.
But he's a late round pick. What if you saw him this year? Have you liked him?
I mean, he's playing in the G League right now. He's putting up points, but he's kind of shooting not great from 3, which I think is like, it's a big issue. A lot of players from college, I mean, they'll come to the NBA, and I think the 3-point line is a big adjustment. Like, Kobe Bria was a great shooter in college. He's only shooting like 32% in the G League. It's just not doing great, but at the same time, it's like a second round pick. Like, I'm not mad at it.
No. But even out of the second round this year, we have Sion James, we have Kalkbringer, we have Liam McNeely, we have Hugo Gonzalez.
We have Rasheer Fleming in the first round. I think he's gonna be a good player.
Yep, we have Nick Clifford out of here. We have Walter Clayton, who hasn't shown much. Carter Bryant. We have Derek Queen. Noah Singa hasn't played a game yet.
Going back to this Rookie of the Year race, though, I think, honestly, is the NBA just promoting Cooper Flag
He should be the
to
next
win
face.
to win it? You think?
He should be the next face of the league.
If you guys,
Is he the best American we've had in a long time?
Yes.
yes, if you guys were
Over Anthony Edwards? You think he could be better than Anthony Edwards?
Ceiling higher. His frame is way better than Anthony Edwards.
Ceiling higher than Anthony Edwards? You
I
really think
now.
so?
What do we see? Did we see 50-point games out of Anthony Edwards as a rookie? I just remember Anthony Edwards for those first 3 years. He kind of got circled in with those Zach LaVine type shot, like black hole type scores.
But now he's
I do remember that.
compared to players like Kobe.
I remember when
100%.
he got drafted, everyone was saying that LaMelo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
The start for Cooper Flag has been way better than Anthony Edwards. I can't say there's no world I wouldn't take.
So do you think Adam Silver's penciling him in as the face of this is going to be the future face of this league?
I think he should be. He's shown good character.
But what about Wemby?
He's not American. You
Yeah,
have to be American.
that's the thing. The NBA will promote the American player. They'll promote the American player over the French, over the European. You see,
But
even
when
Canadian.
it's Wemby doing what he's doing, I feel like there's a point where they have to promote him.
Do you think America can ever accept him the same as like LeBron James was so perfect? He comes in Captain America. You have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. You never think of those. Jokic should have been a face of this league, but a casual fan won't always know Jokic.
I got a question for you guys. If you guys were an NBA GM and you had say it's a fantasy draft, you're the first pick in a fantasy draft, and we'll exclude Wembanyama in this discussion. Who would you take? Who would you take as that GM for the future?
Nathan, you can start.
Who I take?
Who would you take?
Now, this might be slightly controversial. I'm taking Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. I was
Without Wemby, I'm taking Anthony Edwards.
Taking Cooper Flag.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was interested if he was gonna be brought up because that's what I was thinking too.
You just have such a higher ceiling on Cooper Flag at this point.
He's a rookie, such a high ceiling.
Release him as a scorer. He's even better than we thought he would be.
It's the frame.
And he's so young as well.
He's athletic. He's young. He's bouncy. He can drive to the rack. But is Anthony Edwards just going to be? He's that guy though.
I think Anthony Edwards is going to be superstar of this league for a while, but I don't think he has the potential to be the absolute face of the league.
I think a year ago, the NBA thought that the Anthony Edwards was going to be the face of the league for a long time.
He could be, and he has the personality to do it. That's the thing. If you assume face of the league, I think it's so hard to fight against Anthony Edwards when he's doing that.
With Cooper Flag there, Cooper Flag has been penciled in. He went to Duke. He was clearly the number 1 overall pick. Cooper Flag could easily be the face of this league, but who really should be it is Wembanyama. And I think what we've seen over this last 5 years is, we haven't had that's the face of the league. That's the guy. He's the player. Because it's been Jokic and but it's been Jokic and Shea. Jokic and Shea have been the best players in the league, but they're not the face. No one goes NBA Jokic. No one goes NBA Shea. They go NBA LeBron James. But this could be NBA Cooper Flag.
I see it. I could totally see it happening. I wish he had a bit more of that charisma, but we also haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I think Wembanyama could also, though, if Wembanyama continues to promote this brand, he could be bigger than Michael Jordan.
With the year frame, if you're saying in the entire world.
In the entire world. Wembanyama, he's popular in China. He's popular in Europe. He's popular in America. Wembanyama's unlocked all the continents, man.
You have to be so perfect in your career to be close to Michael Jordan. And the fact of the shoes on top of it.
You're so underestimating the impact Michael Jordan had on the whole entire world when he's in NBA.
I don't think.
And to say Wembanyama can come close to that is crazy.
The NBA wouldn't be around right now without Michael Jordan.
With what Wembanyama's been doing, he could make it so the NBA surpasses the NFL. With the correct moves from Adam Silver and the correct moves from Wembanyama, he could surpass the NBA. Could surpass the NFL.
But he's not having the same impact Jordan had. I don't think anyone will for the rest of
He's 22.
Ever.
He's 22. Give him time.
I shivered at your take.
Yeah.
You shivered at it? I think it's hot. I think it's a hot take. I think it's a hot. It's not that. How's that a quote? That's a very hot take. And I honestly believe Wembanyama can make NBA the most important game in the whole entire world.
Do we call it a hot take if it's like a bad take, but it's like really hot?
Is so it a cold take then,
or is it
I just think it's so incredibly bad of a take.
So is it a cold take? Do we call it a cold take, or is it a cold take?
I thought it was what everyone says. Like, I would if we're saying that, I'd say it's a frozen take.
Call it an icy hot take.
Mm.
Icy hot take.
We'll see, man.
Very hot take, but it's bad.
We'll see.
If we're saying it's just a hot take, this one's in lava.
This is
coming out of a volcano.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
In 5 years, when Wembanyama has 5 MVPs, 5 DPOYs, and 2 championships, what are you going to say to me then?
Well, you got to factor in health. Is he going to stay healthy?
I think if he does that, I don't think he's having the impact Michael Jordan had still.
I think he could win probably 8 rings and he wouldn't be as big as MJ.
No.
MJ also has
everyone around brand.
It's all about brand.
Like,
I don't even think it matters about how he plays on the court. It's about his brand. And I think right now, he is very easily reaching parts of the globe that Michael Jordan didn't do. And China is the biggest market in the world.
Is he ever gonna have a shoe as big as Jordan's? No. Like everyone's just gonna wear Jordans. I don't see a world where anyone comes close to Jordans. Even as
Also,
a brand.
this is in a perfect world if he somehow makes it to that.
heights.
Jordan
those
did
heights
just touch a little boy's butt.
without any injuries.
Did you not see that video? Jordan was
Yeah, we
touching
saw
that
that.
little boy's butt.
Wemby hasn't touched any kids, so that's a good point.
Wemby hasn't touched any kids.
I don't know if that affects Jordan's legacy though.
I think it does a little bit.
A little bit. Seemed like a friendly tap, bro.
It
didn't
really
seem bad.
did. It really did.
Man, if I was the parent, it's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
That's true.
I'd probably be honored that he chose my kid.
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I think before we get into this Connor segment, this Bogue segment, I want to just bring up a little autism awareness take. Dan Orlovsky had his son on ESPN.
What do you want to say about that?
Dan Orlovsky had his son on ESPN, and man, I'm just wondering, why was he crying? Why is Dan Orlovsky crying about
He's proud of his son who's gone through so much to be there.
I respect it. I think it's wholesome. I thought it was wholesome.
Why?
I thought it was wholesome.
about it?
I thought it was wholesome. Then my second hot take, which I really don't enjoy, is I hate April Fool's Day. I hate it. April
He
Fool's
was
Day.
talking about this earlier.
I hate April Fool's Day.
I am sick of seeing this fake content. You know what happened to me? I saw that Aaron Rodgers retired, and I was sad for a sec, man. I actually watched Aaron Rodgers highlights. I went and pulled up, and I was like, man, he was so great. I wish I got to see more of this.
Sent it to the fantasy group chat. Told all the boys, guess what? A-Rod just retired.
And guess what? Fuck you, April Fool's Day.
Fuck April Fool's.
I completely agree.
Okay.
Why is April Fool's Day even a thing?
Okay.
We're spreading fake media. Why do we want to?
But would you rather have just a normal day without a holiday or a day with April Fool's Day?
Do we get?
It's
the
not a
job?
How are
holiday.
you gonna get a different
It's
holiday?
just a day where you get tricked.
I know, but it's more fun than just being nothing at all happening.
I don't want to be tricked.
The
I
best
want
thing-
honesty.
It's fun when you trick other people,
Okay,
though.
the best part of April Fool's Day is if I had an enemy at work, I could prank them and then say, April Fools. I put
April
expired
Fools.
milk in your coffee. April Fools.
I guarantee you there are so many old people who get April Fool's Day every single year. And they're like, oh my God, the world's going to end. Like someone got nuked. Like, no, bro, it's April Fool's. Like, I guarantee you there is a person out there who's like 70 years old who still thinks that Aaron Rodgers is retired.
And with AI getting better, it's just going to get worse and worse
Yeah.
every year.
Do you
Just
guys-
get rid of this holiday.
Do you guys have any good April Fool's Day stories from back in the day? Any good times you've been April Fools besides Aaron?
I wouldn't
Rodgers, bro?
call any of them good times. That's
Any
the
of
thing.
them?
They were all tragic. They were tragic times. April Fool's Day was so saddening every time I've been done by it.
There's no point in it, man. I just want to see when Aaron Rodgers retires, he actually retires. And if he does retire, I think April Fool's Day would be a great day to do it.
That is an Aaron Rodgers move. He takes
Yeah, he would do
ayahuasca
that.
and then he goes, actually, I'm retiring today. And people are like, is this real? Is this not real? You'd never know.
I think he should retire on April Fool's Day.
It's like the Puka Nakua news. Puka
How
Nakua.
do you feel about what's going on with
Puka
right
Nakua,
now?
the news of him going into rehab was on April 1st. So everyone thought it was April Fool's. Like
No,
it came out on April
he's
1st.
actually in
But it's
there.
real news. That's the thing. It's real news. Like the fact that we have to question like real news sources is insane on just a
Yeah.
random day.
Can we talk about how fucked it is that, like, how drunk do you guys think you'd have to get to bite a woman?
I will just say,
Like-
if I was checking into rehab, I would do it on April Fool's Day, so I can just tell everybody, I'm going to rehab, guys.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And
Like-
you never know.
Puka Nakua bit a woman because he was so fucked up, bro.
Is Puka
I didn't-
Nakua the
wait,
next
is he
Antonio
okay?
Brown?
Is he okay?
Is he Antonio Brown?
Man.
Like,
Puka's
did
gonna
you
be
see
Puka.
the pictures of the marks on that girl's arm?
I did
did not
see
look
that
good.
photo.
It did not look good.
But honestly,
Separate the art from the artist.
that is true. we're separating the art from the artist there.
I mean, like, do you guys think it is a Antonio Brown scenario, or is it just he's drinking too much? Is it an alcohol problem, or is it both?
I think he's surrounding himself with the wrong people. You
Maybe
can't
the
be surrounding yourself with those Twitch live streamers like Neon and Aiden Ross, because they're just gonna bring you in the wrong circles for a player that's a top 5 offensive player in the league right now.
I also think he became a celebrity too fast. It's so much pressure, and you don't get any time to really grow. You're just put on this live stage, and it's like we all fuck up so much
Yeah.
day to day. It's you gotta imagine like
'Cause
now everything I do is live, and if I make a direct mistake,
it's
even if it is,
it's
something
also a
crazy.
guy who is like, it's not like a lot of these players who are coming to the league are like, they're well-known prospects, right? They're going into the league. They're already pretty famous. They know, like, they're accustomed to the life. He was a 4th-round draft pick,
Yeah,
right? He
Third.
he did not think he was going to be where he is today,
He also,
and it's
I
probably pretty sudden.
I think the biggest aspect of this is he went to BYU. So he wasn't allowed to drink. He wasn't allowed to do any of these things. He went to a Christian school where you're not allowed to do that.
The Puka Nacua problem of BYU?
I think in college you see a maturity from players. Maybe not Johnny Manziel, but you see they get to go to these parties. They get to drink this alcohol. They get to do all these things. They get to experience college, right? But if you're going to a place like BYU, are you experiencing any of that? So then he goes to LA, one of the biggest party cities in all of America, and what does he do? He has to go crazy. He has to go a little bit crazy, you know?
Do we think this is going to happen to AJ DeBonsa too?
If AJ DeBonsa gets put in the wrong situation, this
He
could
seems
happen.
like he's got his head on
it's
straight.
also
Though.
maturity wise. Like
He
he
seems-
just didn't get to
AJ
grow
seems
as
mature.
like a human before being this celebrity person. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
now everything he does is on a spotlight.
Growth is important, man.
Yeah.
And you're not going to grow the same way. Like he now has parties all the time. He's hanging out with all these celebrities instead of actually just being like, okay, this is my life, because he just doesn't know better.
Yeah.
It's not his fault, man.
That isn't really. I'd say the biting a girl was his fault, but
The biting, but I heard
might be on him.
I heard that it was like a playful biting.
Did you see the mark on her arm?
Like-
it did not look playful.
Like Puka might have been getting freaky, and
Didn't she like claim he assaulted her
if he's a freak, let a bro be a freak. It's true.
and go around biting chicks?
But if I'm a girl and Puka Nacua bites me even in a playful way, I'm going, I can get $1 million from him. I can get millions of dollars from him for that.
Every single time someone interacts with them, they're thinking, how can I get money?
It's a sad reality, especially in a place like LA. A place like LA, everyone's there to make themselves have a name, make themselves be famous, make themselves rich. They're not there to look out for the best interest of a young 23, 24-year-old wide receiver.
Alrighty, so we have a very, very intriguing guest on the podcast.
Yep.
Eagles fan.
A special NFL segment.
He's also considered himself a Seahawks fan, but we won't go over that.
Bandwagon.
Little switches.
Bogues, how you do today?
Doing great.
We're not allowed to clap, Josh.
Why not?
Why?
We're excited
What?
he's here, bro. I'm excited he's
Am I not important enough to clap for?
He's an important guy.
Yeah.
You're not Drake
Well,
May,
thanks.
bro.
No, the special guest is getting saved for Drake May. I at least get claps, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh,
You get one.
yeah, I'll take it.
Alrighty, so we'll start off. How did you feel about the end of the season?
I mean, it was kind of terrible. I knew they weren't going anywhere, so
Yeah.
like, I didn't really care too much, honestly. Like they were.
Is that why you became a Seahawks fan?
No. I've always like had a part of Seahawks on me. My dad grew up a
Oh,
Seahawks
okay.
fan, so I was a Seahawks fan. And then once I started playing fantasy and whatnot, I watched so many Eagles games and everything, and so I kind of just became an Eagles fan off that. Like I think most of us did that too, in the sense that you started playing fantasy football and you started watching teams and you became a fan. Like Josh is.
An Eagles fan?
Do I regret it? I mean, sometimes it's terrible, sometimes it's great. Right? I mean, they're a good team, good franchise, everything, but like Kevin Patullo is just a terrible human being. So,
So how
That's
did you
true.
do offensive coordinator?
I mean, I don't really know too much about him, but I think he'll. It's what?
Isn't it Drew Petzing?
No, his name's Sean. It's like Sean M something. I-
Who is Drew Pretzing?
Yeah, who is that?
He's the Detroit Lions. He's the Detroit Lions new
Lions.
OC.
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
That's on me.
Yeah.
I just know him as a bold, ugly man. That's all I know
Really?
Drew Pretzing as.
Oh yeah, he looks terrible.
Bold, ugly man.
Just does this mean on it?
Yeah, he was the Cardinals head coach, right?
No, he was like,
the
he was the OC.
And he's going to
OC.
Lions.
He's a great guy.
Well,
He let
Love his runs on third.
I won't lie. He did score a lot of points.
Dude, he scored a lot. He scored a lot.
He made Jacoby Brissett break the all-time.
Yeah, didn't he
It's
throw
just
like?
crazy.
Yeah, he threw like 500
Also
yards.
won, like 3 games?
Four.
Now,
No, I think he went 3 and 14. I think he went 3 and 14 actually.
when we look at...
It's gone too, so.
Okay, let's stop talking about the Cardinals.
We always get irrelevant.
Do you think what's happening to Jalen Hurts at this current moment is almost similar to Carson Wentz? Man, when Carson Wentz was in MVP talks, Jalen Hurts has been in MVP talks as well.
He's won a Super Bowl.
He's won a Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
there seems to be stories coming out about Jalen Hurts that are very interesting. Come out of an organization for their starting quarterback.
I haven't heard these stories.
And what? Yeah.
Can you give me some context?
Yeah. What stories?
You know that 4 verticals play, that the play call that lost the Eagles.
Was that too?
Lost the Eagles, not the Super Bowl. When they hit.
I'm thinking that play when Jalen Hurts aired it out against the Chiefs a long time ago.
No. We're talking last season,
the end of the season.
The end of the season. That 4 verticals play, the little AJ Brown. Let's just fucking throw that ball to him.
Classic.
They're saying that it wasn't Kevin Patullo's fault. They're saying that Jalen Hurts was the one who said, "Let's call for verticals."
Really? I haven't even heard these.
Why would an NFL organization say this about their starting quarterback if they're not looking for a little bit of a regime change?
I mean, he's guy those things. You have to say it.
Like he's good. He's good. Like he's not gonna be like your top tier like Justin Herbert like slinging the ball, right? Like he's not even close to that.
Hey, don't make that face where Justin Herbert's good.
Yeah.
Nathan just made it face it back.
Yeah.
If you could trade Jalen Hurts to Saquon Barkley for Herbert, would you do it?
No.
What about for Joe Burrow?
No. Like I still
I
will not give up both.
I
of
think
them,
both of those are easy yeses.
No.
Yeah.
No.
With the-
With
the-
Saquon? No. With Saquon, no.
How bad was Saquon this year?
Yeah, he had a down year, but he's still one of the best running backs.
Those were
He's old.
Yeah, he's old, but like he's still in his prime. Like he's not. Like look at Derrick Henry. Our O line was good, yeah, but it was injured.
I definitely trade them for Joe Burrow. Herbert's close, but like I definitely trade for Joe Burrow.
And Saquon.
I wouldn't. No, like I wouldn't give both of them for Joe Burrow. Like I think Joe Burrow's better.
I
For
think
sure.
those were 2 of the most obvious. Yes, I will do that
No.
1000%. Thank you
No
for
way.
offering
No way.
this draft.
No way.
This trade.
If you get Joe Burrow, do you win the Super Bowl? Even without Saquon?
No, I don't think so.
Saquon.
This season, probably not.
Saquon
If you saw Kevin Patullo at the wheel, you're not winning anything.
is a running back.
So Bo's is an alpha weekend too.
He's terrible.
Nobody fucks with Kevin.
He's
Patullo.
terrible. Yeah.
Nobody fucks with
Come
him.
on.
Not one person on the planet likes Kevin.
Nope.
Saquon is a running back. We have to remember this, and he's not young.
Yeah. If you were to ask me that after like one more year, maybe, because how old is Saquon? Like
Like 28.
30? Yeah, he's almost 30.
That's very
So
old
how-
for a running back.
How old's Derrick Henry? He's probably like 30.
31, 32,
He's
33.
32. He's 29.
It's 29.
Saquon Barkley. Those were 2 of the most. Why
No.
is that even a
No,
question?
because how old's
Trades of all
Joe
time.
Burrow right now? Joe Burrow
29.
is he? So they're
He
the same
has
age.
he has 7, 8
Yeah,
more
I'm
years.
not saying that. I mean, Joe Burrow came out and said he doesn't even like football anymore.
Because he's playing on the Bengals.
Yeah, so you
He's
lose your.
playing in the Bengals.
Switch it up and get Joe
Hey,
Burrow
yeah.
to the Eagles.
Yeah, we
It'd be
need.
crazy.
Joe Burrow has never had an O-line.
Yeah, if he came to the Eagles, he would have no line.
Yeah, and he would have A.J. Brown and Devontae
No,
Smith.
I think AJ Brown's gonna.
So is Jalen Hurts that guy for the next 5 years? You think?
I mean, unless they find a better trade, I don't think he's the best option out there. Like, not at all. But I think he's worthy enough to run the offense.
You're
Like
at a point where you kind of got to stick with him, right?
like he won a Super Bowl. Like
I think
Yeah.
desperate NFL teams that you could capitalize on Jalen Hurts right now.
that maybe. Like if you could,
Desperate NFL teams would be willing to pay
yeah. if you-
multiple first-round picks for him. If I was the Vikings, would you give up 2, 3 first-round picks for Jalen Hurts?
No, because Kyler Murray's
All
going
right,
to win
come
comeback
on.
player of the year. We've been over this.
Come on.
I think Jalen Hurts would be able to go for 2, 3 first-round picks, and how he could, if he wants to move on from Jalen Hurts, he really could.
I would not mind if they did that.
Okay, I do have a question, though. I'm just going to say, Kellen Moore came into that Saints offense, and immediately Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shook looked a lot better. Immediately looked a lot better. If you have a really great quarterback, you don't need an offensive coordinator. It doesn't matter. Tom Brady, outside of the Josh McDaniels years, if you look at lots of those guys, it doesn't matter who it is.
I mean, I think
I
an
don't,
OC
I don't believe that.
I think an OC is really
I don't
important.
believe that.
I don't know.
I mean, take a look at like
The Chiefs.
take a look at Ben Johnson's impact.
I
on
don't-
the team season with too.
Yeah,
I know he's not an OC anymore, but like
I don't-
No, I'm saying if you have a top 5 quarterback, a top 10 quarterback,
I think coaching very significantly. I think coaching is probably second most important factor in football.
Yeah, coaching's really important.
coaching.
A player like if you go from a coach like Matt Nagy, think about how bad Matt Nagy is. He was an old Bears coach. He's an old Bears coach. Matt Nagy was a terrible coach. Even even a coach like if Brian Flores, like if he was a head coach, he would be he is one of the best defensive coaches.
But he also showed he was.
And he's a reason why he's the reason why that Minnesota Vikings defense is so good. Coaching is so important.
But he also showed
It's
he's
gotta
a
be-
good head coach.
It's got to be the most
Yeah.
important sport for coaching, 100%.
Yeah, it's so
1000%.
you're so
Most
scheme
important.
heavy, right? Like
He
you
wasn't-
can,
he wasn't.
yeah. Like at least hockey's more of like hockey. Like coaching definitely matters. Like I've seen that firsthand, right?
Yeah.
Like you've seen like good coaches matter, but at least hockey, like when you're out there, you're just out there and the play's on, right?
Yeah.
Like football, you're kind of just like every single play is a new play,
It's
right?
so
Like you're
fun.
always resetting.
Every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, if we're gonna move on, if you think
one thing I just want to say quickly though,
Okay.
back on this topic,
No.
are we saying then that the Eagles coaches isn't good right now? Are we saying that this is a Sirianni problem?
problem though.
Well,
I don't know.
We don't
It's-
know. We don't know if it's a problem right now because they just changed.
I
up their
mean,
coaching, and we haven't seen it
they
yet.
won a Super Bowl. Like stuff was going right.
But that was the year
That's
with
the
Kelly
thing.
Moore. What about the year before the Super Bowl? They just haven't.
The year before the Super Bowl, they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were.
They
No, they
Yeah.
weren't. In the year before the Super Bowl,
Yeah, they went
they flamed out to the Bucks.
weren't they?
that year.
Was there a year between the Chiefs or the Eagles Super Bowl appearances? Yeah. Yeah. Was there? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 1 year.
Kansas City Chiefs versus the 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was it. before.
Oh,
That's not that bad.
if we're moving on from Jalen Hurts, say the Eagles do move on from Jalen Hurts, does that mean that AJ Brown is going to be going to a very special team on this podcast?
I mean, hey,
Let's do some
hey,
talks between you guys right
hey,
now.
if you were to go, I do think he's like. I think there's a good chance. I think he's honestly a bit of a cancer to towards the Eagles. I don't know if it was an issue that he had with like Kevin Batula or what. Like maybe he didn't like the OC. He was pissed off, right? Like there were so many clips of him where he was just like pissed off, and then you address the media and be like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Reading on the sideline.
Like, yeah, so you never know, but I think there's a really good chance he leaves.
AJ Brown is worth 1 first-round pick, and I'm sorry, I think he's going to go to the Patriots for 1 first-round pick.
I mean, he could. Well,
It's true discussion.
I don't
This-
think that's bad.
The Patriots will offer you the 31st pick in this NFL draft, and I think the Eagles would not be smart not to take that.
But is Drake May a proven good quarterback yet?
Is Drake May a proven
Did you
good
just say
quarterback
that?
yet?
So I just
Yeah.
want to say,
Should
I
we-
think
should
we
we-
sell our horses a bit. Drake May didn't have one good game in the playoffs.
Drake May was an MVP candidate.
The schedule was an MVP.
Yeah.
Drake May played 4 top 5 defenses.
Drake, the schedule May.
One of them.
I'm not gonna lie. The most important player on that Patriots team was the schedule that they got.
The most
not gonna
important
lie.
player was our fucking defense, you stupid bum.
And they just got Kevin Byard.
And they just got. We're gonna be so
Yeah,
beautiful
okay,
this
Drake
year.
May gonna be good though.
You know what?
Drake May got a buzz cut. I was gonna get a buzz cut just to support Drake May.
Patriots over under win next season is at 9.5 under.
Over.
No, I could see him getting 10.
Over.
He's pretty low for a team.
For a team that just won 14, how much harder is their schedule right now?
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be a first place schedule.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what team? What am I thinking of? Who had like an absolute gauntlet this past season that was like terrible?
Not the Patriots.
Like there was a terrible team that got handed a gauntlet. It might have been the Giants or like
Yeah.
Jets, maybe. I don't know. But one team. I don't think it was the Jets.
No.
I mean, playing the Patriots twice is
I
pretty
mean,
easy, but
the Ravens had a gauntlet.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Ravens had a gauntlet.
Yeah.
That was
They've
kind of a big reason why they missed playoffs.
They
They
had
had a
They
gauntlet.
had the highest over under next year for wins. Tied with the Rams.
11.5.
Well, second
Because
schedule.
yeah, because they're gonna have a.
Hendrickson
They,
signing.
the Ravens might have a Patriots-esque schedule next year.
Will they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a good team.
Yeah.
The one thing I am confused about, the Cleveland Browns over under was 6.5, was it not?
It was.
Kind of high.
Hmm.
Cool. Who's
Who's your sleeper team, Connor?
my sleeper team?
Who's your sleeper pick for next year?
I mean, I like the Giants to like. I don't know. I think the Giants could get like a 7-8 win season, probably.
I agree with that actually.
How do you feel about the Cowboys with an elite offense?
No.
Elite offense, a new defensive coordinator, which was a big problem last season.
Who was your coordinator last year? He was the old Bears head coach.
Don't even know your own team's
Oh.
coordinator.
Matt Eberflus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Eberflus.
he's terrible.
What are you
Eberflus.
talking about?
I honestly believe that could be a part of the reason why the Cowboys
We have strong.
was so terrible.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
Eberflus was terrible.
You have some strong players. There is very big gaps in very important parts of the field, Todd.
None of our offense.
How do you feel about George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb situation?
I don't care if George leaves, though. I'll be
You don't care
honest.
if he leaves?
If we had to pay him that much, is it worth it really for us?
Didn't
we
they
have
just
CeeDee Lamb.
franchise tag him?
We did franchise
did
tag him, but
franchise
we're gonna
tag
have
him.
to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he just franchise tag him every year. That's what
Yeah.
what the Steelers did with Le'Veon Bell for a very long time.
Yeah.
Every year, Le'Veon Bell goes up. He wants to leave Steelers. And he goes franchise tag. Never let that boy live, bro.
I think George Pickens is too much of a diva if he gets the chance in this. Hi, Glenn.
Yeah, George Pickens is a diva. He might have a little bit of the Puka Nakua, Antonio Brown in him, AJ Brown in him. You
I
know,
just think he
Yeah.
cannot play. Like, I don't think he cares. It's a lot about the money for those guys, especially nowadays. And I think seeing what happened with Le'Veon Bell, it just won't happen again.
I do think there's more powers to the players more recently. I think you've seen players get paid a lot of money. You've seen players really be more valuable to NFL and their brand image, because you don't want to be a team that's stuck in an infinite loop of being bad. Like, imagine being a Browns or a Jets fan for
or a Cardinals fan.
or a Cardinals fan
Yeah,
for
that's poverty.
the last 5 years. The Cardinals had a really good run, like when they had Larry Fitz and they had Kurt Warner. They went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals were in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since that's happened, they really have not.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the Cardinals.
to the Cardinals.
You just always bring them
They
up.
always
Josh.
come back. Yeah.
I will say this now. So going into next season, you know the Cowboys are going to be good. You think the Giants are going to be good.
And the Commanders.
looking good.
Yeah. I
You
think
see a big regression from the Eagles next year.
Is the NFC beast going to eat them?
I think the NFC East is going to be like a problem. I think it's going to be a tough division. But
Would you say
I mean,
best
I don't-
division in NFL next year?
no,
I'm
NFC.
asking. But he said
Seahawks.
Yeah.
He said it's going to be a problem. So I was just
Niners.
I wasn't saying I think that. I was just-
NFC West still exists, so it's NFC West and the North both exist. The NFC is just dominant.
yeah.
East. Patriots, Bills.
Two teams.
Patriots have built the two best teams in the league, man.
Two best teams, sure, if you want to say that. And then you have the Lions, Bears, Packers, Eagles, Cowboys, if you want to throw them in there, Seahawks, Rams, Niners. That's 8.
Tampa Bay
I
Buccaneers.
am curious though. I think the Patriots make the Super Bowl in the next 3 years.
So,
Super Bowl? I don't know. It might be a stretch.
Nathan, what do you think?
In the next 3 years?
Yeah.
Now,
It's hard
Not
to
to
go
talk
back.
about-
no.
Yo.
That's a no.
that's not enough. Let's just talk about where we went in a season where Drake May, second year. We've had some of the biggest holes in our offensive line. Our offensive line was terrible. Our wide receivers were terrible. Drake May had to carry the offense to the Super Bowl. We've only got better on defense. We're going to draft well with this first round pick. We're going to get better. We've had 1 year of Mike Vrabel. I don't give a fuck about the schedule. I don't give a fuck. We're going to be good.
Yeah, Vrabel, I think one of the biggest parts of their team was Vrabel. He's a great coach.
It was a great time.
He's a great coach. But the one problem you're going to run into, I think this is last year on Gonzo's rookie contract.
I know, we're paying him. We're paying him this offseason.
He's going to want 40 mil.
Yeah, we're gonna make him the highest paid corner,
He's gonna want
and I'm
40
completely
mil.
fine with that. He is the best corner in the league.
Yeah, he's nasty. I mean,
I
he's,
think-
he's the only reason you guys didn't lose the Super Bowl by 30.
Him and
30
Sertan.
plus,
I think
right?
he's better than Sertan. My personal
Gonzo?
opinion, he's better than Sertan. The way he played against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, he's better than Sertan.
I don't think he's better than Sertan yet, but I think he's easily got potential to be better.
How many truly great quarterbacks threw for 86 yards in a playoff game on 10 of 21 with 58 passer rating,
Against what was the defense?
Yeah.
179 yards, and that
To
was the
be-
fuck
We
that-
can't. That
Who?
game
First of all,
was-
who won the game? Can we just
Yeah.
who's a winner? I don't give a fuck about stats. Who's a winner?
To be
No,
fair,
is Drake May
the
a winner?
game. The game is an absolute whiteout.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't know how many
So-
QBs are throwing like
Is
that.
Drake May a winner? Yes or no? Is Drake May? You have to say this right now.
Not
Is
in the
Drake
Super
May a
Bowl.
winner?
I mean,
not in the Super
I don't
Bowl.
know if we
he,
know that.
he didn't win the most important game.
Is Drake May who's had a better season like ever in all of the years, right? Who's had a better season? Dak Prescott ever
I'm
or
not
Drake
saying-
May ever?
I'm not saying Dak's a winner, but I'm not convinced. If Dak had that schedule, Dak would have won the MVP. Dak is great at stat padding against bad teams.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
He would have put up,
Yeah, he
I
is.
agree with that.
Yeah, he
he would
is.
have put up 300 yards and 4 touchdowns a game. If you give us CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens against the Jets every single game,
Has Dak Prescott ever had 14 wins in a season? 14?
Dak Prescott's never had it.
Has
That's
Dak
Joel
Pres-
Drake May's had
has
it.
Dak- So are you saying a quarterback that won 14 games isn't a winner? Do you think if Kyler Murray had the same schedule that he'd win 14 games, Josh?
No, but that's just a completely different step.
I don't
How's
think
Dak
Kyler
Prescott-
Murray. I swear Dak Prescott had a 13. I thought he had 14.
He didn't have 14.
He had a 13
The
one
fact
season.
Yeah, but not 14. 14 is that brink of elite. That's you only lose 3 games over entire season.
I don't think there's a bar set at 14 games.
The elite quarterbacks all win 14 games. The elite quarterbacks win those fucking games. And it used to be harder, right? 14 games used to be 14-2. It's now 14-3.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the elite players, they win 14 games.
Do the elite
It's been a
quarterbacks-
pattern.
Do the elite quarterbacks show up in the playoffs?
Do the elite quarterbacks get to the Super Bowl at least?
We can't say. There's been many situations. Look at Peyton Manning in 2016. He was not good.
He made the Super Bowl. And what did he do?
He
Is
won.
Peyton Manning a winner?
He is, but
He won
is
that.
right behind that Broncos defense. That's my point right there. You can win a Super Bowl without having the best quarterback always. But yeah, Bears back to the day even, man.
Drake May will be the best player in the league.
I mean, hey, look at Jaden
in the
Daniels.
next 3
Look
years.
what happened.
Let's compare Jaden Daniels to Drake May. They're both in their second year. What happened to one of them? What happened to the other one?
Just see
The other
what,
one's a fucking bum.
just look what
They got
happens,
injured,
right?
and one was an MVP toss.
Mm.
How can you compare that to them?
I'm realizing now how biased Nathan's take last episode might have been because Drake May and Jaden Daniels got drafted.
Jaden Daniels. Jaden
Not
Daniels.
like Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels is half of the player that Drake May is. Jaden Daniels will never surpass Drake May ever.
I mean, he's got big shoes to
How-
follow
how-
now after
How many
this
wins did the
season.
Commanders have?
Like, last season. Yeah.
Who's been
Yeah,
further
I
in the
think they-
playoffs? Who's
no,
been
no,
further
they-
in the playoffs?
No, they went 12-5. I
Wait,
think.
who's been further in the playoffs?
Jaden Daniels is pretty far out too.
Okay,
Who's been further
Where did they go?
Commanders games from that season.
from the season that
They
Jaden
were-
Daniels was good?
Yeah. So they played the Falcons that year. We know they weren't good. They played New Orleans. New Orleans wasn't good. Tennessee. But
The same thing over Dallas, the Eagles, Dallas again, Pittsburgh.
those are good teams, man.
Yeah, I'm just I'm
Ravens.
confused why you're bringing the schedule up for no reason apparently. For what
I'm br-
reason?
I'm bringing up a schedule for no reason. Jaden Daniels has
He had a
proven
harder schedule.
he can beat
Drake May
hard
did.
teams.
Yeah,
Drake May hasn't shown that he can.
he beat the Buffalo Bills, the Super Bowl favorite.
And the Bills lost in the first round.
Okay,
Bills had a soft defense.
They had a soft defense. He
the
hasn't-
Bills didn't lose in the first round. They beat the Jags.
Or they beat the Jets.
They lost second.
What is this?
Yeah, they beat Jags and they
Wild
lost.
card. They should have.
They
What
won
is
did.
it.
this?
But even then, my point is, in any game where he had to play an even decent defense, Drake May proved he couldn't do it.
But our team won. We beat 4 of the top 5 we beat these defenses. Jaden Daniels hasn't gone as far. Jordan Daniels didn't go to the Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels didn't even look good when he was playing this year. Jaden Daniels didn't look good.
Yeah.
Even when he was playing, he didn't look good.
I think the Commanders also just sucked. Yeah, I think right now Drake May's definitely won. You cannot not say he's won after going to Super Bowl. And then 2, I would say Bone X is 2. After,
Caleb Williams?
yeah, I honestly I think that's really close.
Yeah.
I think you could put them either way
I'd say Caleb
because
Williams.
Bone X also won 14 games, but he had a better team.
He did great.
Like that team was unreal, right? Like that defense was unreal. Nick
Yeah.
Benito was crazy. Like I think was Nick Benito a defensive player of the year nominee?
Was he up there somewhere?
He was really good.
He probably was up.
He should have been.
Yeah.
But like he's
I think
unreal.
No
and
one's
then
winning it when Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Miles Garrett is crazy. Right?
yeah, like I think he's best player in the
He's
NFL.
not
Yeah, but he's not a winner.
No, he's not.
But
I can't believe
he chose to stay on
Yeah,
the
I
Browns
cannot
and
believe
waste
that.
away his prime years
Yeah.
for a bag.
I mean,
Is
I think
that boy a winner?
I think the Browns
not?
are gonna look up, but they're not gonna be anything like I think their ceiling's like 7 wins.
When
That's
you
their
have
ceiling.
Deshaun Watson at the helm, when you have
Is
to,
he gonna be the
when you
QB?
have to think about either I'm gonna play Shedeur Sanders or
Yeah.
Deshaun
It's
Watson.
Shedeur or Deshaun next year.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
You're picking piss or shit there.
It's true.
Yeah, that's terrible.
They went from having such an amazing, glorious quarterback who was just the type of player you want in your locker room to fucking Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders.
I will say for the time, I think it was right that they traded Baker. For the current situation,
Not now, but when you look at, we should trade Baker. He had just had that surgery. He had not played good all year. Looked absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's the thing that you have to factor in there.
You traded away the one man who had won you a playoff game in years.
When we traded for
He won the Browns a playoff game.
when they traded for Deshaun Watson, was Deshaun Watson a top 10 quarterback in the league?
Yes.
So based off that, I'd say most teams would do that if they thought they had an elite defense like that, where they could win the Super Bowl and they didn't perform.
But Baker,
I think it was justified.
It was justified, but it
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah.
It's just fun to know.
I don't even. Baker, man.
Deshaun missed an entire season, and then he had injuries. That's the thing you got to factor in.
You mean that he was like a.
He did a little more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he was getting his massages.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't know that shit's going to happen when you trade for a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
No,
ba-
they did know that it was going to happen.
Did they?
Yeah.
When they traded
They
for him?
didn't weren't they like giving him massage therapists?
They gave him his max contracts after he.
Yeah. Yeah.
terrible.
So I guess
Yeah.
So maybe it is. Maybe it is. all
Wait,
that,
didn't they
though.
trade? Didn't they trade for him when he'd already done it?
yeah.
Yeah, I might agree with Nate though.
That's crazy.
But the thing you got to think is he was still a top 10 quarterback
He-
at the time.
He was. He was. That's crazy. How good. Like Deshaun Watson in those Texans years was crazy.
There was lights
Him and
out.
DeAndre Hopkins was one of
Yeah.
the best quarterback wide receivers.
I
there was
wish
in
I
the
was
league.
a.
I mean, it's easy. It's easy when you have like arguably like a what? What do you think D Hop is? A top?
He's probably like a top
Top
10 to
Yeah,
15
yeah,
receiver
like
all time.
Yeah, right. So he's
You
on
could
the
consider him or Mike Evans higher.
D Hop. Yeah. I mean,
I-
they're both really similar in the sense you can just like they're the type of guy you throw it up to and
That-
they just
Like those early,
Almost 50-50.
yeah.
those early teens wide receivers, we haven't.
built it.
I think like right now in the NFL, we're kind of close to it. But
Yeah.
when you had Julio Jones running the show and you had
Yeah.
D Hop, like Julio Jones is Antonio Brown, even like that was a top 3 wide receivers
Yeah,
of like all time conversation.
definitely.
Right there.
What about
Yeah.
Puka and JSN?
Puka, JSN, and Jamar Chase,
Jamar
Yeah.
Chase, Jay Jettis.
I mean, you got
maybe bounce
Jettas.
back.
Jay Jettas as well. Like,
Yeah.
He's got to bounce back, right?
You would
but
think.
then you also had Calvin Johnson back in those days. We had Megatron.
Bogues has always been a big Jay Jettis guy. How do you
CeeDee
feel?
Lamb?
Come on.
Shut the fuck up. How do you feel with Jay Jettis? Do you think he's gonna bounce back? Do you think he's gonna?
I think Kyler Murray definitely has like the tools to just at least let him be like a true number one
Yeah.
and like put him up.
Did I hear Kyler Murray has any tools?
Kyler Murray can. Yeah.
Like
He's
it's pretty easy when you're throwing a Jay Jettis. I
That's
think,
okay.
right?
But you
I mean,
could-
not easy for JJ McCarthy,
I
bro.
think
Yeah,
JJ McCarthy really proved last year.
It
It's
can't-
not easy.
Kyler
What do you-
Murray can be worse than JJ McCarthy. So
What do you think they're gonna do with JJ?
I think they're going to keep him off the bench as a spot starter. If Kyler happens to get injured, you get to bring him in and you just take a flyer. Okay, maybe you work out and you've improved, but he's going to have to fight for it, man.
Honestly, I think they could bring in a player like Joe Flacco in that locker room as well.
Definitely.
If Joe Flacco gets signed to the Vikings,
Mhm.
I think there's a three-way quarterback controversy.
He already re-signed with the Vikings.
He did?
Yeah.
What do you think about Kirk?
Yeah, I was gonna
Kirk going to
say-
the Raiders, bro.
You get him for a year. That's a fake contract.
Like, so what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna start him.
Between
Like they're gonna start him and then just keep Mendoza on the bench.
If Kirk plays more than 4 games, then I think that's a downgrade in Mendoza's stock, honestly.
Yeah, like I think you need to let Mendoza just take the helm. Like, look at Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's been like steadily improving. I think the Titans are a sleeper
What
team.
if Kirk starts and he plays great?
Heavy stats team.
What if Kirk starts and he plays great? Like just throw like 250 plus a game, but he draft Mendoza. Let's say he's like 50 plus,
I don't know.
60+% completion. He's done 250 and 2
Kirk-
touchdowns a game with 0 picks.
Kirk Cousins hasn't been servable in 2-3 years.
If that happens-
He hasn't looked good when he's even played.
What about the Bucks? Bucks game Thursday night last year.
Those are just
game.
like, yeah, those are
One game.
flukes. I don't know.
If Kirk
So then
Cousins,
what if this?
And the Bucks defense was having problems all year.
So
Yeah.
let me tell you this: what if they start 3 games next year
Mhm.
and he plays great at all of them?
you gotta keep riding him. Man. Like if he's playing good, to keep riding. Like
Yeah.
Mendoza, it's not gonna hurt him to sit behind Kirk and learn from him as Kirk's cooking. Like, I mean, I guess it might hurt a little bit.
I
But
think-
if he's playing that good, you can't bench him.
I think Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins have looked equally as shitty as each other. And I think Kirk Cousins is going to come in. He's
Yeah,
going to
he
he's
probably
going to
will.
throw 3 picks a game. He's going to throw 200 yards max. Like he's not going to be able to support Brock Bowers or Ashton Genty's.
And it's a fun QB.
Our
Yeah,
as well,
that was-
listen, I think Brown and Tyler Linderbaugh, like their offensive line is almost destined
Yeah.
to improve.
I mean,
That's
that was the
he's-
biggest
He's an
weakness.
interior
too.
lineman.
Gino was punished last year. He was punished.
They haven't improved their tackles. Their tackles haven't improved. If they sign a player like Taylor Decker, then sign me up.
They
Yeah.
also have a draft to go into as well. So
Yeah.
there's-
How many do
Well,
they?
they're drafting Mendoza one. I don't think they have another pick in the first, and then they have to draft really well in the second and third to get
Yeah.
elite tackles that can come in and start right away.
Totally.
You're not getting tackles in the second and third that are going to come in and instantly be
Do
a
you-
starter.
Do you guys even think Mendoza's like the truth? Like, I don't think he's. I don't think he's all that. I think he's on a stacked Indiana team, right?
Lost.
Sure, he was really good, but I don't think he's gonna be like your. He's not gonna come in like Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Jane Daniels, or anything.
I mean, even they had stutters. They had bumps in the road. Like Caleb
They
Williams
did.
did not look good in his rookie year,
no, I didn't at all.
and that's what I mean. That's coaching as well. And I
Yeah.
think Raiders got a new coach. Pete Carroll was not it for Gino. Pete Carroll was never going to be the answer.
Yeah.
So if Mendoza really thrives under this new coaching staff, then he could really be.
Yeah.
He could be something special. I honestly believe that.
Like,
I am very concerned looking though. If you look at lots of the clips, it's lots of Mendoza to the outside, taking those safe shots where there's not a possibility for an interception. And I wonder if you start bringing it down the middle, throw it down the middle, and more often, does Mendoza throw more picks? We just haven't seen lots of that in college yet. And he's not the biggest athlete in the world. Sure, he can scramble.
Whoa!
He's big. The
He
best
is an athlete. He is. He's not the
big.
best athlete, but he's very mobile.
I mean, he's basically exactly what you want when you look at a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's like a 6'4", 220.
Yeah.
Like,
Athletically, I see him as a sound dog. That's what he is.
no.
no, like,
So if one play.
no, I can't lie. I can't lie. The closest comparison to him is probably like something like Josh Allen.
Ty, please,
Josh Allen.
Ty, please bring up any NFL analyst's profile of Fernando Mendoza, and they will all tell you that he is an athletic Jared Goff. Every one of them will say athletic.
Actually, that's
Every
better.
single
Yeah.
one of them will say athletic.
This is
from-
Josh Allen athlete.
No, he's athletic.
He's not a Josh Allen athlete, but
No,
he's an
He
athlete.
can scramble. Yeah.
He would easily come in and be a very mobile
Okay, what are his-
quarterback.
Sam
This is
Darnold
from-
football.
What are his
Okay, so
stats?
not like him.
This is from the NFL's website. So they got him. Mendoza is a precision-based pocket passer whose game is built on rare accuracy and steady command in high leverage moment. He lacks improvisational talent. Can't fucking improvisational talent, but proved to be a maestro, playing the notes on the page with excellent rhythm and few mistakes as the season wore on. Mechanically sound and intensely accurate, Mendoza is fearless in attacking pre and post snap reads. He can feather throws into deep windows or between levels. Consistently hits targets in the stride. Looking for something about
Yeah,
athletics.
we are just looking for athleticism, please.
Mendoza is big and tough, but moves around the puck with heavy shoes and limited escapability, which could invite excessive hits on Sundays.
It says his draft ceiling is Jared Goff or Kirk Cousins. That's his player comp.
Strength.
I think it's
number one strength. Prototype frame, makeup, and leadership traits.
yeah. Like
Prototype
frame.
I'm saying
He's an athlete.
I've been saying athletically.
He's an athlete. Prototype frame means athletic.
Did you not see him?
They say he's gonna struggle to evade the pocket.
Did you
That's
see in
pocket
the
presence. Pocket presence doesn't mean if he's not improvisational.
in the national championship? Did you see him lay his body on his line on the line?
Yeah.
Like that's tough.
That's not every
Right.
single play though. It's what if you pick one highlight.
No, it's not. But it's showing like
He
he's
might be able
doing
to
that.
scramble like
Like is
I'm just talking about he's scrambling, like
Yeah.
like a Patrick Mahomes level, where he
Yeah.
can like scramble when needed,
Yeah.
but he doesn't scramble all the time.
I think the
Mahomes
perfect
is a pretty elite.
Oh, yeah.
Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm saying he could be like
I think Mendoza's perfect comp of how this player played this year is going to be Trevor Lawrence, how he played this year.
Yeah.
Trevor
Actually,
Lawrence he wasn't the most mobile. I would say he's very athletic,
I agree.
but he's not the most mobile, and he makes those passes. And I think Trevor Lawrence at the end of the year is like what I believe Mendoza can be 2
Yeah.
or 3 years in.
Yeah.
Very
That's-
similar player. I feel like.
I think that's a perfect comp.
Yeah.
I think T-Law is now. Because T-Law is like T-Law and Josh Allen are like really similar archetypes, but he's just not as good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Like I think that's what he's like.
How do we think that the new dad Josh Allen will play next season? Do you think he's going to come back, bounce back, maybe an MVP?
I mean, I think he's still gonna be nasty. It's just who he's got around him and his
Josh Allen.
defense. They need better defense badly.
Do you think that DJ Moore changes even a little? Like, I think it changes a little bit, but is DJ Moore? Did they pay too much for him? I feel.
What was the contract?
No, we're talking about the trade. They paid too much in the trade for him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe he's gonna make a difference, but is he gonna make?
I think I don't think he's like he's not your ex. Like
We're gonna edit this out. So
Yeah. What?
Or you guys should keep talking.
Yeah, I
What
just,
do you mean, yes, Ty?
I just,
Axel Lendenberg is leaving the Michigan game at this current moment.
Oh, they're up 14, man. I got excited. I did not see that.
Axel Lendenberg is leaving the game. He's going to the locker room with 8 minutes left in the first.
that's not good.
That is not a good
But they
sign
got a
for
13
Michigan right
point
now.
lead, right?
They do have a lead, but that is a very big player for Michigan.
He's your leading scorer.
Anyways, back to the NFL. Yeah, that was just
Okay, what were you saying, folks? What were you saying?
Just that, like, I don't think bringing DJ Moore like that, I don't think he's gonna be like your X factor at all. If they were able to bring in someone like AJ Brown, I think that changes their entire like
I really liked it.
landscape. But like their problem is not their offense. Like when you have Josh Allen at the helm, you can have like bums at the wide receiver and stuff. I mean, they don't have bums, but they just don't have like big names or anything, right?
Khalil Shakir and DJ Moore is not like super big.
Yeah, but at least like they're serviceable, right? And like their biggest problem is their defense. If you're putting up 40, but you're getting 45 scored on you, still lose, right? So what? You scored 40, you lost the game.
Yeah.
So reading this right here, apparently DJ Moore was going to get cut from the Bears, and they gave up a second-round pick to get him. One executive said in NFL. They gave up a second-round pick and $40 million, and he was going to get cut.
That's crazy.
Consistently, Brandon
Good
Bean.
job for the Bears.
That is nuts.
Consistently, Brandon Bean has made the wrong decision over and over again.
Yeah.
The fact that he still has a coaching job and still has a GM job and Sean McDermott lost his coaching job is insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Pretty good.
not been great. Like
No.
Keon Coleman was like, I mean, he could turn it around, but that was not a great. It was a steal. Okay.
The fact that they made that decision to fire their head coach but then keep their GM is honestly insane. And I think that's a Brandon Bean saying I didn't make these decisions.
Was he the one
Yeah.
who drafted Josh Allen?
No, I don't think Brandon Bean drafted Josh Allen. He might have, but he did draft.
I mean, if you drafted Josh Allen, you gotta give it to him.
He did draft. What's his name? Keon Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And Keon Coleman,
Looks terrible. Yeah.
their owner said that he publicly went out and said, "Yeah, we made some mistakes by
drafted
drafting Keon Coleman."
He did draft
Josh Allen.
Yeah, but what has he been doing since then? That's the thing. This Bills team hasn't got better.
No.
That Stephon Diggs trade was pretty big for Josh Allen.
That's true.
Yeah, but
They
that's
didn't win anything.
He
either.
had like a good defense, like in the past. Like it hasn't been good.
that's the thing. Like you have the best. I think we can agree he's the best quarterback in the league right now, right?
Okay, but if you're
Yeah.
gonna fire your head coach, you're gonna fire your GM. They make the decision together.
Yeah,
I think it was Brandon Bean saying this guy made this decision.
that's fair.
This guy
Sean
made these
McDermott-
bad
Sean
decisions.
McDermott wasn't that.
I mean,
No, I
don't
the
think there's
bad
a
thing is like you have the best quarterback in the league, right?
Yeah.
At his peak, like he's literally in his prime right now.
Yeah.
In terms of like he's gonna he's gonna regress in athleticism, right? Like right now you have him at his peak, and you're not doing everything possible to build around him,
Yeah.
they
right?
have though. They've been making.
But it's just he's making the wrong move.
They're making
Yeah.
the wrong moves.
Yes.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, honestly, Doug McDermott, he doesn't have. That's the one thing I will give you. He doesn't have the clutch factor. Like they were in one-score games and they had the
So
ball
many
multiple
times.
times
Yeah.
against the Chiefs.
so many
And-
times.
Over and over, they were making the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
But even if you look at like his Denver
It's
game,
gonna suck to be Josh Allen.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen has made mistakes that has led to
Oh, for sure.
He's had a
Yeah.
lot of turnover problems
yeah.
in the playoffs, especially. That is just ruined
But
Bills'
if he could
seasons.
get some help from his defense, it would go a long ways. I think.
Or if he could get some receiving options too.
Again,
I mean,
Brandon
yeah,
Bean. These are his decisions. These are
He
these
just built
choices.
a
Yeah.
bad team.
He's been buying the wrong players over and over again.
yeah.
Like I know Josh Allen did make mistakes, and he wasn't the reason why they lost the game.
He
though.
needs to look
just-
at the Rams prototype.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams consistently are buying the good. Like if Brandon Bean was like the
Yeah.
Rams GM,
Yeah.
they give away their first round pick, sure, but then they give them away for great NFL players who instantly come in and make an impact on that Rams
Mhm.
team.
The issue is if Brandon Bean did that, he'd trade all their first for shitty players. And
Yeah.
fuck their future.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So
you just need a new GM.
Like, new GM, bro.
Like Trent McDuffie
Mm-hmm.
is consistently going to be a great player. For
Oh yeah.
Brandon Bean will trade for someone who's maybe a little bit lower down. Like they were good, but they've been looking worse, and then it ends up fucking them. And I honestly think like the NFL needs to make some changes, and the Bills need to make some changes.
Yeah. I think the Rams are scary next year.
What a special segment today.
NFL and NBA animal comparisons. So starting off simple, if you thought about it, like Victor Wembanyama is obviously a giraffe.
Yeah, giraffe.
Like very
Like,
easy.
that's just setting the tone. That's how we're gonna do things.
So we're gonna go around and we're gonna start it out. Josh, pick one first.
Okay, this guy's came up a lot today. We've been talking about Drake May and a lot of some of the issues and some positives. Oh, just quick intermission, 7-0 run since the Axel Lindenberg just left the game. And it is now 28-21 Arizona, 7 minutes left in the first. It's a good game. We'll keep monitoring in the background here. But anyways, so first question for Ty. Who would you compare Drake May to today?
See, staying within the draft topic, I think I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna compare him to a baby giraffe.
A baby
A
giraffe.
little clumsy. There's lots of potential there, but still struggles, especially if you're crossing big bridges. You don't know if he'd stay consistent. He might fall off,
Fall off.
or
hit a Denver
or
Broncos
fumble,
defense and
fumble over
for 80
if it's not some easy Sahara he's walking through. Especially if you get to a bridge, I think he would really fumble.
You know what?
And it would be the other drafts who would have to carry him over the bridge.
You know what team I would like to compare the entire Cowboys, like what animal I would like to play and compare the entire Cowboys franchise to?
A dragon.
Okay, Nathan's player could be the Cowboys franchise.
It would
It is-
obviously be a dragon.
I don't know about that one. I would say
I sound like a pig, bro.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's a fat, greedy pig who started off as a young little piglet, winning a couple championships with Deion Sanders, and everyone loves me. I'm a little fat little piglet. And now look at them now. They're fat, ugly boars that nobody enjoys. The Cowboys are gross and disgusting and deserve to be slaughtered.
A pig would eat a baby giraffe, though.
Not true.
A big pig?
Not true.
A baby giraffe would fall over.
Drake May is like a fucking hippocampus, brother.
If we're
a hippocampus.
Look at that shit up. Look at what a
You
hippocampus
gotta see
is.
the comparisons here. If you're saying Drake May's a baby giraffe and the Cowboys are pig, they're just gonna bait or headbutt the giraffe's legs. The giraffe's gonna fall over.
Are they
fumble
fighting?
over? Yeah.
So how could Drake May be a baby giraffe if he was second in MVP talks? I just want to give me your reasoning there.
Because if you're
Because I gave a valid reason. You're giving
Okay.
a special
We
needs
can
reason.
agree to disagree here.
No.
If he
no. A giraffe it can grow to be big and great, and if it's walking through the Sahara, it's gonna look very scary. But as soon as you're starting to cross
Okay, can we pause? Giraffes don't live in the Sahara Desert.
in
bro.
Africa, somewhere in
Don't live in the
Africa,
desert.
all those little trees
In the
and deserts.
Sahara? Isn't the Sahara what the plains in Africa are called? The
No,
Sahara?
that's a desert.
No,
Bro.
the Sahara is like what they call it in
That's the
Africa.
savannah.
Ah,
The Sahara is like the desert.
Okay, Savannah, whatever.
Savannah James.
if-
LeBron James is
If
wife.
Drake is walking through Savannah, he is fine. He can drink water from little lakes very easily, and he can grow to be a big, great giraffe, as he is. But once you get close to waterfalls, it starts getting rocky, and he starts to tumble over. Especially if we're fighting at a waterfall, the pig's gonna headbutt the legs, and he's gonna fall in the waterfall.
First of all, why the fuck am I at a waterfall?
To drink water! Giraffes be traveling.
Giraffes don't go to
Giraffes
waterfalls
do
to drink water. Second of all, if you're second in MVP, does that not mean I'm a fully grown giraffe?
He's not fully grown.
How he's second in MVP?
But this giraffe also fell off a cliff.
The number one
waterfall.
That means the number one giraffe is Matthew Stafford. So he's the number two giraffe, and he's the second biggest giraffe.
But a hawk can
You know, we
we
can move on to different animals.
A massive hawk came in the air and devoured the baby giraffe.
Dak Prescott is like a seahorse. He gets pregnant. And he has to give birth to babies, and that's why he's so ass. And that's why his wife
Right.
divorced him.
Okay,
I think that's a great note to end Nathan's
Connor.
choice on.
who would you compare Jalen Hurts to as an out?
That's a good pick too.
Probably just like a good, I don't know, like some sort of like gorilla looking dude.
Gorilla? Gorilla? Gorilla?
Come on.
Gorilla is Micah Parsons.
No, yeah, but that's like silverback gorilla. Jalen Hurts can be like a smaller gorilla.
I was gonna say turtle, bro.
I was gonna say
His
Komodo
head gives
dragon.
me his bald head gives me turtle.
A turtle, yeah, but he's not slow. He's athletic.
But his head gives me turtle vibes.
All right, Nathan. Who would you compare?
looks like a turtle.
I couldn't go yet.
Yeah, he hasn't got to go.
Let's get fine.
No,
Josh.
you get Puka Nakua.
Who would you?
I get Puka Nakua.
Who would you compare Puka Nakua to as an animal?
This is elite reference right here. An alligator.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. That's good pull.
Or he's like a little chinchilla.
No, I picture him as just like a golden retriever. It's like,
piranha.
yeah.
He's a golden retriever that has retriever rage. You
Yeah.
know, like when Alex get really angry.
Yeah,
He's
when
one
they
of that.
hands up and they just
Yeah.
fucking bite shit.
Yeah, he starts biting. He starts biting.
I like that comparison. All right, Nathan, who did you compare Devin Booker to?
Now, there's a famous photo of Devin Booker. He has a very big nose, a very long and big nose,
His fucking nose was broken, bro.
and
Okay,
he's an anteater because he has a very long and big nose to sniff up all of the little Kylie Jenners and Kendall Jenners of the world.
I personally would have gone a different route.
Oh.
I would have picked a squid.
Oh,
Why that is?
an eye ballistic squid.
Because he reminds me of Squidward tentacles.
Oh, big
You're just
nose.
gonna take that slander?
Big nose.
Okay, Ty, I got your second player.
Who?
Who would you compare Trevor Lawrence to? I think that's it. That's cool.
I have
I have a written one now.
I like a moose.
That's not quite what I was.
I was gonna
I don't
go
mind
with
it.
a horse that has
Yeah?
beautiful
Yes.
long
Oh,
mane.
yeah.
I was thinking like a gazelle or something like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful long horse mane
He looks like a horse.
with his
I like-
beautiful
I like-
long
Yeah.
horse mane
His
hair.
face looks like a horse a little bit.
I like a horse.
Trevor Lawrence is a horse.
We'll see.
All right. And for the last one, I think we got to do it all together. All together.
I have a good controversial
together.
player that we could do one for.
Yeah, who was it?
What do we think that Connor McDavid would compare to?
David.
A gazelle?
It goes off the animal topic, but he sounds for some reason. He reminds
A
me of
muskrat.
Mm,
Yeah.
a muskrat? I got Elmo.
Yeah.
A muskrat?
Hello?
He is. Elmo does also have red hair.
Yeah. I think it's got to be just like
Booyah!
a really chill, calm little animal. I'm saying like a deer or something. You see everything.
I like to think of him as a player that
Well, I guess
normally gets killed in the clutch. You know what I mean? Like